What is going on, guys? Welcome to your 18th UDK tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to be going over something called surface properties. So during the break, what I did is I used the default materials that we had built into UDK to apply all the materials I needed to my house. So now my house is covered with materials, the roof, all the walls, the floor, etc., etc. So let me say this for the record. Whenever we're building models in the future, whenever we learn to create our own materials, I'm going to be using, nice siding for the walls and, maybe a nice tiled roof and maybe a nice concrete and carpet floor. But for now, these are the materials that we have to work with. So our models may look a little funny because, we have to use like a metal and these weird materials. But just stick with me for now. We're just learning the basics for now. So basically, what I want to be talking to you guys about surface properties. Now, if we go ahead and fly in our house, we can see that, alright, whenever we apply a material, it kind of sets up the material by default, the size of the material, how it's placed on our walls, but there are a couple things that we may want to change, specifically how it's aligned and maybe we want to rotate it or something like that. Well, in order to adjust the details of our surface, we need to adjust surface properties. So let's first and foremost take a look at this. You see how this floor kind of doesn't align with this piece right here? And if we go ahead, even though these are the same surfaces, or excuse me, the same materials, the tiles aren't really aligning and it doesn't really look really pretty. So let's go ahead and fix that first and foremost. So in order to open up your surface properties window, go ahead and hit view, and then you see an option for surface properties, or you can go ahead and hit F5 and it'll pop up. So now with this selected, you can go ahead and adjust all the properties of the surface. So for example, if we want to align all these floors, what we can do is we can hold control to select this one and this one. And in order to align them all, let me go ahead and zoom in on this. And look what happens whenever I hit align. Go ahead and hit planar or planner, however the heck you say it, and this pretty much means align it in the same plane. So go ahead and take a note of this piece right here. I'm going to hit apply, and everything snaps into perfect alignment. So now this piece is aligned with this piece, and also this piece is aligned with this piece. So again, anytime you want to align the same material type, just go ahead and select all that material and hit planar alignment and hit apply. Pretty cool, huh? So now that that's aligned, we're going to notice a few more things. First of all, whenever we tiled this floor, whoever we hired didn't do a very good job because we want this tile right here to butt up against the wall exactly. As you notice, it's kind of getting cut off and it's like half the tile is being aligned with the floor, and we really don't want that. So what we can do is we can use this pan property, and we probably want to make sure all of our surfaces are selected to pan them all at once. So go ahead and control, and now let's go ahead to its corner and pan them appropriately. So what pan means is pretty much move. They probably should have just named it move, but hey, if I was making it, I would have done it. So the U and V pretty much means horizontal is U and vertical is V. It's just two different directions. So go ahead, and if we want to pan this 4 units vertically, or excuse me, horizontally, go ahead and hit 4, 4, 4, 4 until we get exactly butted up against the wall. Now, say we hit 16 by accident and we want to go back. In order to move it in the reverse direction, just go ahead and hold shift on your keyboard, and now, while holding in shift, it pans in the reverse direction. So go ahead and make that butt up against the wall directly, and that looks pretty good right there. And now I'm going to be doing the same thing with V, so go ahead and hit 4 and 1, and there we go. So now our tile is butted up against the wall exactly how we want it to. So using the pan, what we can do is we can move the material, and using the alignment, we could align up the material. Simple enough. So now our floor is looking pretty good. I think I'll leave it at that. So now let's go ahead and move on to the roof, and I'll teach you guys about some more surface properties. So as you can see, as my roof material, I chose this kind of weird looking, I was going for kind of a metal roof design look, and this was the closest thing I had to it. So let's go ahead and notice a few things. First of all, this material right here And this material right there is actually the same material, and you might be kind of confused at first because this material doesn't look like it has those metal strips on it, while this one does. Well, let's go ahead and fix that right now and get everything aligned. Go ahead and select this one and hold Control and select that. And if I fly over on this side, I'm actually going to do the same thing. Hold Control. So now I have my entire roof selected, and don't forget, all of those are the same material. So let me go ahead and get a good angle for what I'm about to show you guys. The very first thing I want to do is make sure everything's aligned. So I'm going to go to Planar, Align, and hit Apply. Now you can see a little bit of change, but it really doesn't solve my problem of having these metal strips align with these metal strips. So what I'm going to do is, even though everything's aligned, it's rotated in a different direction. This is rotated horizontally, and this is rotated vertically pretty much. So go ahead and select this one, and also go ahead and hold down Control and select this one. And if I go ahead and hit rotation 90 degrees, everything is going to line up nice and neat. So that's where rotation comes in handy. You can rotate different materials depending on how you want it. So I'm going to go ahead and actually I have two more things to do. I want to fix this roof grate right here. And I also want to mess with the inside walls a little bit right here. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be saving that for the next tutorial. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.